Yeah. It's, it's one world. It's like, I don't know, it affects us all. So, thank you. We're going to start out with standing. And you'll see how it goes. I want to, I'm thinking, I want to work deeply. The day calls for deep work. Why not? But also not forcefulness, okay? Deep work. And thank you for your strength. I feel it. We're dropping down, and we're going to stretch the inner thigh. And you shift side to side. And make sure your hands aren't not in tight fists. Your hands are released. And you got the inner thigh thing going. Now, just as when we do the strong horse, this is a stretchy horse, right? We're going to do the HA breath. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, opening the mouth, HA sound. Eyes are open, and you're breathing for my sister Tony. Breathe in, exhale loud. You first and foremost, you're breathing for yourself. And breathe in, and exhale. Good. And then press up. So, thank you. And then from here, we're going to come forward again. So heels turned in, toes turned out. There we go. And if you need a block, use a block. I'll show with a block. So basically, I'm staying forward, and I'll be here. Both knees are bent. Or I come down more, and I extend my arm. Breathing again. Exhale, lower your arm. Inhale, reach the arm up. Through the nose. Exhale, down. Inhale, extend. One more, down. Move your shoulders. That gets you into heart center and up. And then come up and straighten the legs, feet squared. And the second side. So, both heels are dropping down. So it's a little different from, like, say, a side angle bend. So we're going to come over. Both knees are bent. And you're going to reach your left arm up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then come up and extend. So now your feet are squared. You're going to be coming forward. If you want a block, go ahead and use your block. So your hands are onto your thighs, and you push your thighs back so that you're not folding from your upper body, but folding from hip hinge. Press down and bring your hands down. And then maybe even walking your hands forward, lower your head. Send your sitting bones back. And breathe in. And exhale. And breath in. And exhale. Now, no weight on your hands. The weight's on your heels. And just getting into this breathing rhythm. When you exhale, you're going to draw your belly in. Your spine is long. Good. Keep your right hand where it is, and your left hand goes under the other like you're threading through, and maybe you're going to reach your knee or your ankle, and your eyes are open, your head is down, and breathe. And then let's do the other side. Left hand down, right hand comes across, reaching, and take a moment here to breathe. Let your head drop down. Good. And then release. And you could bend your knees, push into your thighs, make your way up to standing. And then heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Good work. While we're here, let's just go ahead and do the lift and down and lift, heels up and down. If it helps you to hold on to something, it's good. Heel, up, down, up, down, up, and down. And then we have a squat where we're going as wide as the knees, and then we drop down. So when you drop down, it could be, I kind of think one of three things. Like so, suspended in the air, block, you sit on a block, just make sure it's stable, or no block, and press all the way down. See what is possible with your knees and your hip joints. Hands are to heart, and breathe. Inhale, and exhale. So this breath seems to go into the lower back. For me, it goes, and of course, inner thigh area. So we have another movement here. Either you're using a block or your left hand reaching for a block or the floor, and the right arm comes out. And then the arm comes down, and the other side. Left arm comes up. Reach up, look up, and down. One more on each side. Inhale, reach up. And down. And reach up. And down. And then we come up, and now we're in a forward fold. So straighten your legs, don't lock them out. You can have a softness at the back of your knees. Hands to elbows, let yourself hang. Breathe in. Exhale. And breathe in. And exhale. One more breath in, and exhale. And then hands right onto the thighs, press, press, press on up. Good work. Woo, and now we'll clasp hands behind the back and extend. Squeeze shoulder blades together, maybe even the base of the palms touching if you can. And look up, there's your heart opening, breathing in. Exhale. And again, breath in, exhale, and release. Okay, so we're going to grab hold of a strap. Strap or towel works fine. Okay, so doubling, and we're holding the buckle edge, and then coming up. Okay, so once you come up, we're going to come over to a side bend movement. So up and over to the side bend movement. And you breathe into the open area, the stretched side. Your lungs very expanded right now. Breathing in and exhale. Breath in and exhale. And come back to center, and the other side, reaching. Inhale, and exhale. Neck is free. One more, breathing in, and exhale. Good, and coming up. Now we're going to release and take your hands behind the back. And once you have your hands behind the back, just really squeeze the shoulder blades together, look upward, and we come forward. So bending the knees, drop down, and take your arms and away from the back. You could probably go a lot further because your hands are further apart. Breathe in. Exhale. Bend the knees, come on up. It might be a repeat of what you just did, and maybe you can also make a loop. The loop goes, let's say that when your arms come up in the air, it's going to be a little, like it won't be as wide a hold as before, but a little, maybe shoulder distance apart or wider, okay? And the difference this time is your right leg comes in front of the other, and you move to your left. So the right leg in front of the other and the right side of your body stretching. Shoulders are down, and you're pushing out through the strap, and your hands are spread wide. When your hands are spread wide, also helps the heart center to open. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we do second side. So it's good to keep the arms up like this as well it's really, really good for lymph. So left leg over the other. Breathe in. And come over and stretch. Breath in. And exhale. And breath in. One more. Exhale. Stretch the whole left side of your body. Good. And then release. Sometimes hard to balance in that. And we come out. And then we're going to make the strap just a little tighter. It'll go behind your back. So a little tighter. And then it's behind. And as you're here, it's right at the wrists. And your hands are spread wide. Really spread wide. And go ahead and like kind of stretch your hands. Feel like you're stretching your hands. And then look up, squeeze, like press out against the strap. Lift your heart center. Hands are spread wide, palms facing each other. And then bend your knees, come down, and bring your arms up. Straighten the legs, hello hamstrings. Reach your arms as far from the back as you'll go, as your arms will go. Breathe. Exhale. And then lower and release. Now, you could close up the strap. You don't really need a loop. And we will, let's see, shall I do this? Yes, we'll do this from standing. So right arm up in the air, left hand reaches from behind and steer. And I actually want the strap even if my hands connect because I want to do some of this shoulder flossing. Yeah. Floss, floss, floss. Moving, just moving away from tightness. Mm-hmm. Let's do the other side. Left arm up, right arm down, pull the strap, and then move side, side. Good. Okay, and then we will release. So we'll step to the front of the mat and have your feet wide. Soften your knees. Take your hands to the inside knees and then make your way around to the outside ankle. It's okay to bend your knees a lot. Let your head drop down. And some of you can straighten your legs as you grip. So what happens when I straighten the legs feel like a nutcracker or vice that close in on the arms and help to bring my spine closer in to the space between knees. Mm-hmm. And then soften, come up, extend the arms. Reach the arms up into the air, extend, extend, arch back. And then we're going to step back to downward facing dog. So your hands are spread wide, the feet move back, and have your feet closer in together. Send your sitting bones up, shake out your head, breathe in. Exhale. You may want to pedal, bend one knee, and press opposite heel down, one at a time. Stretching your legs. You may even feel this as a stretch to your low back. When the hamstrings release, the low back releases. Come forward to plank. And then come to upward facing dog. Your knees can be down or knees can be up. See what works for you. Lift. I have my knees up, my feet, tops feet pressing down, knees up. And lift your heart center. Don't overdo the neck. Breathe in. Exhale. And the knees are down. And we'll press back, lower your head, and breathe. Let's walk the hands over to the right. And when you walk to the right, grab hold of your left wrist. Grabbing left wrist and breathe. And then let's do the other side. Walking across, reaching your right wrist, lower your head, and breathe. Coming back to center, and we have threading the needle. So from the hands and knees, you can give yourself knee padding if you need to. Left arm up, reach up high. Left arm threading under the other. Pelvis is up in the air. Hand is down, and twist. Really see if you can really get more and more of your left shoulder down. Maybe extending your right leg. It's always in contact with the floor. Maybe reaching the leg and look up at the ceiling and breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to come up. And from here, we'll come second side. So we'll start out with the right arm now reaches up high. Reach. And then right hand threads its way underneath the other. Get your shoulder down. Your outside arm down. And breathe. Oh, wow. We get a big class. You guys are amazing. We have 30 today. Yeah. And breathe. Breath in. Exhale. And stretch, lower back. Upper back, shoulder blade area, everything in between. Let's come out. And then from here, we're going to go back to our downward facing dog. So once you're here, stretching through. And take a moment. Press one heel down and the other. Back and forth. Back and forth. All right, so we're going to take the right leg up into the air. Open the hip. Look over to your right. Bend your right knee. Send your knee up to the sky. Look at your right hand and bring the foot to the outside right hand. Now, if you don't like being on the floor, your foot can come a little bit like to the edge of your mat. And then drop your left hip. It wants to be up. You're going to drop maybe your knee. Your knee will come down. Some of you, we're lizards today, right? This is lizard pose, but let's be fierce. Let's be a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragon. My friend is a biologist, Brett, and he went to Komodo Island to see the Komodo dragons. They're like a vestige of dinosaur times, prehistoric times. So breathe in. Exhale. And they're very dangerous. They attack. Good. All right, so as we're here, we're going to twist. Right hand on your right knee. Maybe that's it. Maybe you come onto your left elbow as you twist. Right arm up into the air. Right arm reaching back. Nice breath in. Exhale. Release, and let's go ahead and adjust the foot. So we have crescent moon. Oh, I need something for my knee. This time, you'll probably put a lot more stress on your left knee. That's the knee that's down, right? So here we go. Knee, ankle in alignment. Lift, reach up. Extend. Arch. Take a moment to extend through the upper back. You could also have the palms together and then bend your elbows and unfold the prayer, the hand prayer, to your shoulders or your neck and look up. Send your elbows up. Good. And then from here, come down and bend your back knee. Just bend your knee. For some, that's plenty. Just to bend it is to get into your quads or your hip flexors or everything all bundled together. And let's add a twist as well, where your left hand is down. It could be on a block. Left leg extended, and turn right, and right arm comes up into the air. So deep stretch to the outside right hip, and breathe. Deep breath in, and exhale. And then release. And from here, we're going to come back to child's pose. Just press on back. Notice the difference in your hip joints. Should feel very different. Head down and breathe. From hands and knees, just simple cat-cow. Just go right back to your center, rounding. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Tuck your belly in. And we're going to go to downward facing dog. Press on back. And just take a moment here. Drop your heels downward. Send your sitting bones up. We're going to take the left leg up into the air. Bend the knee. Send your knee up high. Look at your left hand and swing your left foot to the outside left hand. Okay. Yeah, so back knee can come down. Maybe that's it. Maybe you have blocks or your hands are on fists. Some of you can drop down onto your elbows. So go ahead and do so, breathing in. Exhale. Good. Komodo dragon, something to fear. A force to reckon with. Breathing in. Exhale. Let's bring the left hand to the left knee and press. Look up. You could also take your arm up, reach it back. You could be propped on your hand as you're doing this. Going to come out and then walk your foot closer in. We have crescent moon. So when you walk your foot closer in, this is when you're going to see, do you need to be further back? Can you be forward? Hands are to heart. Inhale, reach up, extend, arch, reach through the fingertips. Good. Palms are together. Create space in the front of your body. Shift your weight forward. And you could also bend your elbows. Have your palms on your shoulders. Elbows pressing up. Inhale. Exhale. And then release. Now another twist where now your right hand is closer to your left foot. It's a closer twist. You can keep the back knee bent or straighten it. Turn. Reach up. So it just feels a little different from the first twist we did. Good. Now we're going to drop the knee, and maybe you can bend, or maybe you can even reach, so you get into your quad and hip flexor. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we come back to child's pose. So left knee is down. Knees could be a little wide, like wide as pelvis, and maybe even wider, and your head comes down. You can rest your forehead on your hands or lower your head all the way and breathe. And from here, we're going to have the knees a little wider and go really wide, really, really wide. And big toes touching. Go really wide. So the sitting up, not everybody's knees can handle that compression, but you can always be sitting up on a block, different, if your knees can't handle the compression because you're the frog on the lily pad, you can bring your palms up and, frogs do the Jnana Mudra. And breathe in. Exhale. It's also a stretch to the front of the foot. And then come forward into your frog. And I know we all look different in this. Some have the pelvis up high. Do what is possible and breathe. Okay. And then from here, you're going to press on up, and we're going to take one knee in, the other knee in, and we come to locked gait. So extend one leg. I'm extending the right this time. It doesn't matter. We'll do both sides. So one leg extended, one arm up in the air, come over. Instead of shifting forward, pure side bend, reach and breathe. Nice breath in. Exhale. From here, we're going to come to half camel. So basically, I was just in my side bend. Now I'm going to curl my back toes under, left hand reaches, and right arm comes up in the air. If you can't go there, have your hand on your back. It might be safer for you. And lift and reach. Inhale. Exhale. And counter pose. We'll come right to child's pose. Reach for your heels, lower your head. Second side, we extend the left leg. Left toe pointed. Right arm up into the air. Inhale. Exhale. Keep stretching and breathe. Come out. You're going to curl the back toes under. Maybe you'll have left hand on your back, right arm up. Maybe you can reach right hand to the heel. I'm going to extend my foot and reach up. This is kind of a funny movement. You're reaching up and breathe. And release. And once again, child's pose. Stretching your back, lower your head. Deep breath in. Exhale. So, we come back to downward facing dog. We'll gradually make our way to the front of the mat again. So hands are spread wide, shifting back. Okay. And once here, let's come to upward facing dog as the counter pose. Reach up, arch, lift. Yeah. And back again. This time we'll walk or spring if you like, walking feet forward, and there you are at the front end of the mat. Is it any different from when you were here before? Soften your knees, hands to elbows, and breathe. One more breath. Eyes are open. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Hands onto the thighs, helping yourself to come up. Okay. So let's let's just see, you might need the blanket again in a bit, but we're going to start out, we're looking at pyramid. And many really, really like to have blocks handy. We're going to start out with the right leg forward, left foot back. And we tend to think it's a forward bend, and it is, but there's a really important part of this, which is to arch. So take your hands, maybe you can take your hands in Anjali Mudra, maybe you're like, no, I'll clasp or hold your elbows, and lift up, open. The upper spine is so open right now. Breathe in, exhale, and then making your way forward. So engaging your core, pressing the feet into the mat, lower, and then gradually bring your head to your knee. And breathe. Press your right hip back. And then release and take your hands to the blocks, extending the back and just kind of finding you're drawing your belly in. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the outside outside right foot and breathe. So let's do this. We're going to bring the left knee down. We're coming to half spinal twist, so just be careful of your knee. You're coming down, and if you know your knee can't handle this, you're going to figure out a way, you'll come into this differently, because what we're doing is bringing the right leg behind, right leg on top of the other. Sits bones are down. And you know the variation, the modification is to extend the left leg. Okay, those transitions are not easy for everyone. So extend your left arm, reach up, breathe in, and then hand or elbow across knee and twist. Look back and breathe. Fingertips or palm down. You know, we have all levels, right? So you might say, oh, I know I'm supposed to, maybe this gives you the best stretch, so stay there. But if you want to try to wrap, you bring the strap right through the leg, right? The right leg. And then maybe you reach for your strap, and that's where you're at. Or you connect your hands. You connect your hands. And the hands touch. And breathe. It's harder to breathe when you connect the hands. It's quite the twist. One more breath. Exhale. Release. Come out. Now you're going to stretch your legs out. Shake them out. Oh, that feels nice. Okay. And let's reach the arms up. Extend. Deep breath in and reach forward. Just reach forward. And you might say, oh, I reach for my knees, my shin bones, my ankles. Maybe you go for your feet. Maybe you go past your feet. Maybe you're reaching for a block past your feet. You never know. Just see how this is for you. Breathe in. Exhale. We're going to come back here, okay, after our second side. So let's cross, and just noticing, like for me, it's my left leg on top of the other. You might want to stay with me so that I help you keep track. Left leg in front of the other, and you come forward. So again, when you come forward, oh yeah, it's hip joints. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we're going to come up. We're going to make our way forward. So what I do is I push forward, I end up on my knees, and then I press back to downward facing dog. And see if you can do that transition. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we're going to walk forward. Once you're at the front end of your mat, let's soften the knees, press on up. Swing the arms out to the sides, all the way up. Palms touch. Lift, arch back. We have a whole second side of movements. And hands to heart center. So, right foot steps back. Oh, where are the blocks when you need them? Make sure they're in place, okay, if you need them. Clasp hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders back. Look up. Arch. Now, if you can, maybe you can go to Anjali Mudra. Then it's like my hands tell me what my spine is doing. My hands can actually guide the heart center up. Breathe in. Exhale. And then coming forward, so engage your core. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. We're going to bring our hands down. Blocks or no blocks. And breathe. Hamstrings talking to you. You could also walk your hands to the outside left foot and continue to stretch the whole right side of your body. And back. So, what we're going to do, the right knee comes down, half spinal twist, come back, make your way back, left leg over the other, upright spine. You might be working differently with your right leg bent. Take your right arm up into the air. Inhale. Hand or elbow across knee, twist, and look back. And breathe. Breath in. Exhale. If you want to connect, I forgot about that. So you could say, hey, I'm going to hold a strap. Let me see. Holding the strap, sorry. Grabbing hold of the strap and holding that way. Or you reach, you connect, and breathe. Three more rounds of breath. Unwind. And when you unwind, we're going to straighten the legs. And as you straighten the legs, kind of shake them out. It should feel really nice. Reach your arms up, extend, inhale. And then exhale, reach for your feet. Use a strap if you like, that's fine. Let's just be here, I'm thinking like half a minute. Half a minute. Take a moment to stretch not just your legs, but your back as well. Last 5 seconds. Good, okay. And then what we do, Wally likes this one, we're going to pound our feet, okay? So your feet are a little wide, okay? Like they're not together, they're wide apart, right? Kind of wide apart. And you make fists, and you're going to pummel your heels. Remember how the inside foot corresponds in reflexology to your spine, okay? So we're going to start at the heel, and that would correspond to your sacrum. Feel your sacrum kind of feels the same, kind of hard, right? And then go to the ball of, to the instep, and the instep corresponds to your lumbar. And since it's so hard to pummel the top, that top part, let's use our thumbs and just go to the ball of the foot, and that corresponds to the upper back, thoracic spine, just behind your heart. And then let's go to the big toe. Ooh, lots of calluses there for most, I think. And then you're just kind of pressing. That's your neck. Get little chiropractic adjustments in your neck. So use your thumbs and press, release all up and down the inside foot, the journey from big toe to ball of the foot to pressing on that tender instep. Don't be shy, just go for it. And to the heel, which can be so hard, firm from all the walking, okay? And do it one more time, back and forth, and really press deeply and release, press deeply and release, okay? And then now use your whole hand, like, kind of move it. All right, so, really like a little massage for your foot, okay, for your back. And then reach up, reach up, reach up. You're going to see that things are a little different. Inhale, exhale, come forward. So what is usually different is there's more ease. It might be that you actually do go further. I was going pretty far already, but for me, there's just more ease. I feel like I could be here for a little while. So let's take a few more rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. And one more breath in. And exhale. Okay, wow. That's really nice. Okay, so what I would like to do is an arch of sorts, okay? So let me just kind of some ideas for you. It could be anything from rolling over the bolster. The simplest one, and I know everybody, at least I know everyone's got a blanket, is you accordion fold your blanket. Now, this happens to be, it's a quilt, and it's got that, it's got quilting in it. It's really firm. It's kind of heavy and firm, so it works perfectly. And Rick said the other day he misses the quilt, and I said, well, it's my quilt. My cousin made it for me. The East Coast Gallows made it for me, so there, it's mine. He says, I really miss that quilt, and he described it. I said, oh yeah, well, I've got it. And here we go. I need a little something under my head. All right, I don't have to, but so some of you took a block. Doug is working with 2 blocks. That's called Dougasana. Anything you want. Sometimes you bring the bolster or the block under your low back. I want this to feel opening. Now, this is interesting because I love back bends. I love deep back bends. This is not a deep back bend, but oh my goodness, it's wonderful. So I am sitting on the mat. Because the blanket's long, it's kind of tucked right under my sacrum. And I tried to elongate, and then I brought the block under the blanket so it really supports my head. This is all about breathing. So we're just going to be here, like, let's say a minute, okay, if you can handle a minute. And I'm just kind of like squirming into it, finding that exact perfect spot, and our minute has begun. So arms could be out at a T. Close your eyes, and let's, for a minute, I'm going to breathe for Tony, basically, because it's heart center. So just breathe, and if you want to breathe for my sister, like thinking about breathing for her and sending your prana, your life force, sharing your life force, sharing your goodness, your light, your warmth, your love. Breathe in. Exhale. Keep going. I feel like Joyce is breathing into me. She's breathing her life force into me. Thank you. And breathe in. another 20 seconds. And that would be it. So to come out, you're going to bend your knees, going to roll out to one side, remove all the props from underneath you, and from here, so I really want to take the legs up, and if you can, and even if you're using a towel, they can be tied. You know, you can tie a towel. So basically, I'm going to bring this, my legs are going to be up in the air. And if you can, if you have a block, maybe your legs are just up in the air, that's it. Maybe you have a block under your sacrum, and you're going to take the strap to the legs. Maybe you do the strap first, and then you use the block. And as you're here, so I really, really want this to be kind of tight. So that, and it's about mid-shin bone. I want it tight, I want it to hold, so that it keeps my feet together effortlessly, and I want to feel kind of that security, like the pressure of the strap. So cinch it up, and shoulders relaxed, and take a few moments here, about a minute also, yeah. So this is very easy on the heart. This is really easy on the heart. Breath in. Exhale. And your lymph fluid moving back towards the heart. Lymph is reliant on movement, reliant on twists, inversions. Your head is lower than your feet. It's an inversion. Or often I say when your heart, is it your head lower than your heart in an inversion. Wow, that's a fast minute, I'll say. Okay, so you're going to come out, and again, maybe you're able to, maybe you do it in the reverse order I did. So I remove the strap, and then I remove the block. And once you're down, go ahead and pull right knee to chest, left leg extending. Good. And we'll do the other side, knee to chest, right leg extending. We're going to come to a bridge, feet pushing down into the mat. And lift your pelvis. Lift, lift, lift. Clasp your hands. Tuck your shoulders underneath you. You might just find the way we work today that you are feeling pretty limber of spine, okay? So it's really up to you. Maybe this is your max. You know your body. You might say, oh, I'm going to stay here. This is perfect. Some can go into a full wheel pose, full back bend. So if you can, you're really using your legs, your leg power, and then you lift and you press up, and you try to bring your heart center towards your arms, and breathe. So all of us will come out, and as you come out, lower your back, and then come to happy baby. Grab hold of your feet. Knees are wide, soles of the feet looking up at the sky, at your ceiling, and breathe. Earlier, I saw little bits. Oh, I see it still. I'm looking out the window. I see little hints of blue, like little tiny blue patches in the sky. My father-in-law, my 92-year-old father-in-law, calls those sucker holes. I say, look, well, Bob, he did move to California. Thank goodness he moved back to California. But, yeah, he really complained bitterly about the rain because it hurt his joints. And let's release, take the soles of the feet together. But I would say, Bob, it's not that bad out there. There's some blue skies. Those are sucker holes. And hands onto the belly and breathe. Exhale. sucker holes and all, he's a really cool guy. He's super, super cool. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. And exhale. So you're going to take hold of your right foot and outer hip stretch. Yep. So I'm going to give you choices how to work. It could be that you're going to be in half lotus. It could be that you prefer to thread the needle. We have time. It could be that you're going to come over into, pigeon. So left foot back, stretch. This is for Bhadra. Oh, really stretch through your back leg and come forward, elbows down, and breathe. Let's go ahead and do the other side. I want to make sure we have time for Shavasana too. So you press back, and either you're on your back, doing half lotus, or threading the needle on your back, or in pigeon, and lower and stretch your outer hip, and breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. If you absolutely feel you need to stay a little longer, of course, you may. Or if you're in pigeon, press back again, stretching it out. And eventually you will be lying on your backs for Shavasana. And I want you to take your time. Be warm. Be warm. So that was pretty much a yin class, and I hope you're feeling really relaxed. I am. And yoga is just like, that's my medicine, and my community is my medicine. So thank you. And taking time here, I do feel your strength. I will say, I feel your strength. Thank you. So I have a poem for you as you lie on your back. And, yesterday I did a dedication to the power of words. Words are so powerful. One word could just change a person's life in a good way, even in a bad way, right? Powerful words, and of course, we use positive words. And then today I was thinking about hope, right? So a few things came to mind. Yesterday there was a quote I used by Emily Dickinson about words. And then my friend Kim sent me, she was not in that class. She was attending an evening class, and she sent me this poem by Emily Dickinson. And I only have the first stanza here. It's called Hope. And I couldn't believe it. I called her and said, now, were you there for the first class? And she said, no, it was just coincidence that we both were looking at Emily for solace of words. So Emily likens the concept of hope to a bird. And I'm going to read this for you, but I would like in your mind's eye to see a cardinal. Cardinal is the state bird of Indiana, where I was born and grew up, and where my sister Tony is. They're beautiful. I kind of took them for granted because they were everywhere. But now I never see cardinals, and I miss them. And they are exquisitely beautiful. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Emily Dickinson. Completely relaxing your body. I'm going to have you just take a few more rounds of breath. And then just ever so slowly, you'll start to move to one side and start to make your way to sitting. Nice. And then you could turn your audios back on.